Have you ever felt like you're down to your very last bit of hope, your last crumb of bread? Today, let's talk about a woman who was literally in that exact situation, and how her story can change the way we look at our own struggles. In a land gripped by a severe famine, a widow in a town called Zarephath was preparing what she believed would be her last meal. All she had left was a little bit of flour in a jar and a small amount of oil. Just enough for one final meal for herself and her son, and then they would wait for the inevitable. It's a picture of absolute desperation, isn't it? But then, a stranger shows up. This is the prophet Elijah, sent by God. And what does he ask for? He asks her to make him a small loaf of bread first, from the very last of her supplies. Can you imagine a stranger asking for your last meal when you're about to starve? It sounds outrageous. She tells him her situation, that she and her son are about to die. But Elijah offers a promise from God. He says, the jar of flour will not be used up, and the jug of oil will not run dry until the day the Lord sends rain on the land. This was a huge test of faith. She had to choose between what her eyes could see, the empty jar, and what she was being promised. She had to give away the little she had, based on a promise from a stranger. And you know what she did? She did it. She made a small loaf for Elijah first. It was an incredible act of faith and obedience. She chose to trust in a promise she couldn't see, rather than the grim reality in front of her. And the miracle happened. Just as Elijah had promised, her jar of flour and jug of oil never emptied. Every day, there was enough. Her small act of faith, her willingness to give when she had almost nothing, unlocked a continuous supply of God's provision. This story isn't just about flour and oil. It's about what happens when we choose faith over fear, even when things look bleak. It reminds us that sometimes our breakthrough is tied to our willingness to give, to trust, and to step out in faith, even when it feels like we're giving our last bit of strength. When we feel we're at our end, that might be exactly where a miracle is waiting to begin. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires. See you next time.